Hello guys, my name is Bob. In this video, I'm going to show you how to find the scalar product and the vector product of two vectors using the Casio fx570ms calculator. So in order to perform the scalar product and the vector products of two vectors, the first thing we have to do is to switch the mode of the calculator into vector mode. This is when we press this mode button 3 times until we see the options up here in the pane. So after which we press 3 and then the calculator will be switched to the vector mode. The next thing what we will do is we will key in the two vectors into the calculator. To do so, we press Shift and then this VCT part we press 5 and we come to this pane with options. Alright, and first we need to specify the dimension of the vector, so we press 1. We now key in firstly vector A, in which it has a dimension of 3. So vector A1 represents the first value, which is 5. Vector A2 represents the second value, which is -2. And then vector A3 represents the third value, which is 1. Okay, so basically we now have keyed in our vector A into the calculator. We do the same thing for vector B. So yet again we press Shift and then press 5. And we have the options down here. We press 1 to create a new vector called vector B. And then we press 2. And vector B has also a dimension of 3. So we press 3. Vector B1 represents the first value of the vector, which is 3. Vector B2 represents the second value of the vector, which is -3. And then last but not least, the third value of vector B is 1. Alright, and then now we have created our vector B. To perform the scalar product of the two vectors A dot B, how do we go about doing it? First thing first, we press Shift and then we press this number 5. We press 3 to include the vector A into the calculator. So now we press 1 and then we have this vector A. After which we have to insert this dot button. So to do so, we press Shift and then we press number 5, which represents VCT. We press the right arrow down here and we press number 1 to indicate a dot. And last but not least, we include vector B, which is same thing. We press Shift, we press number 5, we press 3, and then we press 2 to include the vector B. And then we press equal, a value will come out. So this value would be the results of the scalar product of A and B, which is A dot B. To compute the vector products of the two vectors, which is A cross B, what we can do is to press Shift first and then press 5, which represents, alright, the vectors, and then we go to vector, which is we press 3 and then we press 1 to include vector A. And the next thing we do, in order to include this cross sign, we just need to press this multiplier sign down here. And then last but not least, we include vector b by pressing Shift, press 5, press 3, and then press 2 to indicate that it is vector b, and then we press equals. Alright, so once you press equals, we will have 3 different answers. So actually this answer, okay, represents this. Vector answer 1 represents the first value. Vector answer 2 represents the second value. And then last but not least, vector answer 3 represents the third value. So A cross B is equals to 1, -2, -9. Let us do another example of the cross product. So we want to find the cross product of B and A. So that is B cross A. So what do? First thing first, we include vector B. So that will be press Shift, press 5, press 3, and then press 2 to include vector B. And then the next thing, in order to include this cross sign, we press this multiple sign on the calculator. Last but not least, to include vector A, we press Shift, we press 5, and then we press 3, and we press 1 to include vector A, and we press equals. So after we press equals, there will be 3 values. Alright, so the first value represents the first value here. Vector answer 2 represents the second value. Vector answer 3 represents the third value. Hence, B cross A is equivalent to -1 to 9. Alright, so I hope this example helps you to use the Casio fx570ms or fx991ms calculator to find the scalar product, the vector product of the two vectors using the Casio fx570ms calculator. If you do like this video, press the like button, and if you wish to subscribe for more content, please do so. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Bob signing on, and I will see you in the next video.